The rain has been falling since long before you opened your heart to hear it. It was already there, waiting on the edge of the night, whispering softly against the dark, as if it somehow knew you would need it. And now, as you settle into the quiet, the sound wraps around you with a familiarity that feels older than memory. Each drop touches the world gently, as though touching you. As you take this first slow breath, allow yourself to sense the presence behind this moment, a voice guiding you from a peaceful corner of healing sleep hypnosis space, a place created just for nights like this, where your breath can return to its natural rhythm and your heart can rest without expectation. Nothing is required of you here. Only softness, only breathing, only listening. You breathe in slowly, letting the air slide through the chest as if it were rain passing through open sky. The breath isn't something you make, it's something that arrives, like weather, like softness, like a hand resting lightly over your heart. And when you exhale, it leaves as a warm, weightless mist, dissolving into the room around you. Rain drifts across the window in delicate lines, each one a small path downward, each one carrying a story of release. Watch or sense the way they fall, how they surrender to gravity, how they let go so easily. The body begins to mirror them. Shoulders soften, the center of the chest loosens. The breath flows with less resistance, less guarding. You don't have to try. You only have to follow. Inside, where the breath moves, there is a faint echo of warmth, a small glow beneath the ribs. At first, it feels like nothing. A flicker, a dim ember, almost lost in shadows. But with each inhale, it responds. With each exhale, it expands a little, like the heart remembering a language it once knew by instinct. You feel it now, not a spark, but a presence. Something inside you is waking, something that has been waiting patiently for the rain to return. The heartbeat slows to meet the rhythm outside. The two sounds overlap until they are indistinguishable, a single pulse spread across both body and world. Thoughts try to surface, but they arrive softened, like petals floating on water. You watch them drift. Nothing heavy, only gentle impressions that fade just as quietly as they appear. The breath deepens on its own. Inhale through the nose, cool and easy. Hold for a blink. Exhale through the mouth, long and almost silent. The body responds with gratitude, a warmth spreading from the chest to the arms, to the throat, to the quiet space behind the eyes. You can feel the emotional weight you've been carrying shift slightly, as if preparing to loosen. The rain remembers you. It remembers your tiredness, your long days, your quiet fears. It remembers the heaviness you keep tucked behind your ribs, the things you never say out loud. It falls for you now, not to drown, not to overwhelm, but to cleanse, to soften, to remind you that release is natural. Imagine the heart as a small room lit by a single candle. The walls pulse gently with each breath. The flame wavers when you inhale, then steadies when you exhale. The room grows warmer as you watch, illuminated by soft amber light. Every corner glows, even the shadows. The rain outside begins to blend with a lower, deeper sound, distant thunder rolling slowly through the night like a comforting voice. It isn't loud, it isn't sharp. It's a reminder of presence, of something steady and old moving far behind the clouds. A reminder that even storms know how to protect, how to cleanse gently. Your chest begins to feel heavier, not with weight, but with settling. The heart sinks into its place, like a stone finding balance at the bottom of a river. The water around it flows quietly. Nothing disturbs it. Nothing presses against it. The heart simply rests. Let the next inhale draw through that resting heart. Feel the air brush against emotional dust you didn't know was still there. Old tension, old echoes, old stories. They lift gently as the breath moves past them. Exhale and watch them fall away with the rain. You don't need to force healing. You don't need to grab hold of any particular feeling. The rain will do the work. The breath will carry it. Your only task is to be here. Maybe a faint ache rises in the chest. Now a tightness, a tender spot, something that has waited too long to be acknowledged. Let it rise. Let it surface. It's safe here. The rain knows how to hold pain without breaking it. And the breath knows how to soften it without erasing it. The room grows quieter, as if the walls themselves are listening. The air thickens with warmth. The rain shifts into a softer pattern, a pattern that feels almost like someone stroking your back, slowly, rhythmically, lovingly. Each drop says the same thing. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to release. Inhale gently, letting the breath collect behind the heart like a pool of light. Exhale, letting that light spill outward, washing the emotional walls within you. Let it wash through corners you rarely visit, places where you keep old tears and forgotten sighs. Nothing in you is being judged. Nothing is being rushed. Everything is being held. The heart grows warmer. The breath grows slower. The mind grows quieter. And the body grows softer. Softer, soft it feels like you are becoming rain yourself. Ready to fall into the night. Ready to be absorbed by the world that loves you back. Let the breath continue its slow, steady rhythm. Let the heart continue opening by millimeters. Let the rain continue remembering you. And as you drift gently into this deeper space, if this soft beginning has brought even a small sense of peace to you, you can leave a quiet sign of gratitude in your heart or out in the world. A small gesture that whispers back to the night, "Thank you. I'm ready for more healing." The rain settles into a softer rhythm now, quieter and closer, almost as if it has moved from the window to the space beside your chest. Each drop lands like a gentle fingertip, reminding you to breathe, reminding you that you are allowed to slow even more. The room feels warmer, heavier in a comforting way, like a blanket being drawn across your body by unseen hands. Nothing pulls you forward. Everything invites you inward. Your breath enters again through the nose, cool, thin, clean. It pauses inside your chest, not because you hold it, but because the heart is listening. Then the breath leaves through the mouth, warm and open, like a long exhale of relief you didn't know you needed. You feel the movement deep than lungs, deeper than muscle, as though the breath is brushing the very center of who you are. There is a sensitive place behind the sternum, quiet, warm, often guarded without you realizing it. That place opens a little with every inhale, like a door pushed by a soft breeze. The opening doesn't hurt. It feels like space being returned to you. Space that belonged to you all along. Inside that space, there is a familiar ache, not sharp, but tender, like the soreness that follows healing. It waits there, patient, not demanding attention, only welcoming it. You breathe into that ache gently, the way you'd breathe near a flame you don't want to blow out. The rain shifts again. It becomes more delicate, finer, like threads of silver drifting through the air. They seem to fall through your chest, and when they land, they soften the ache, soften the breath, soften everything inside. You inhale, and the heart rises. You exhale, and the heart sinks into warmth. Over and over, the movement becomes a lullaby, slow and ancient. A warmth begins to gather behind the heart again, this time stronger, more distinct. It doesn't rush. It expands the way dusk spreads across a quiet sky. You feel it bloom in the ribs, in the throat, even in the back where tension often hides. Each breath feeds it, shaping it into something round, gentle, alive. You are breathing not just with your lungs, but with your entire chest, your entire memory. The heart remembers how to move freely without holding back. Memories rise, but softly, like lanterns floating to the surface of a lake. A voice you once heard, a moment you once carried, a feeling you thought you had forgotten. They appear briefly, lit for an instant, then drift upward and dissolve into the sound of rain. Nothing stays long enough to hurt. Nothing stays long enough to cling. Everything rises to be released. With each breath, the chest grows lighter. You begin to sense air moving through pathways that felt closed before. The breath travels deeper into places long left untouched, behind the ribs, around the spine, into the hollow beneath the collarbones. It illuminates these places with warmth, turning tightness into space. Your heart begins to pulse with a softer rhythm. Each beat feels cushioned, wrapped in layers of quiet rain. The beats slow until they match the pattern outside, steady, timeless, unhurried. You can feel the emotional weight within you loosening old heaviness, beginning to slide as though melting. The rain and your breath begin to blend again. You inhale, and the sound seems to rise with you. You exhale, and the sound falls away. You inhale, and there is light in the sternum. You exhale, and the light spills downward like warm water, soothing the inner walls of your chest. Let yourself imagine placing a hand gently over your own heart, not physically, but inside. The hand is warm, familiar. It belongs to you and to the rain and to something larger. That hand rests there quietly, applying no pressure, only presence. You feel the heart respond to it, softening beneath the touch, recognizing safety. The breath deepens without instruction. The body follows without question. You are sinking deeper into yourself, carried by something you don't need to name. The rain outside becomes an extension of your own pulse, falling with intention, falling with memory. It remembers every moment you've carried silently. It remembers every feeling you stored in your chest because you didn't know where else to place it. And now, the rain touches them one by one, washing them gently like fragile stones on the shore. There is no rush, there is no expectation, only release, only breath, only rain. Your chest grows warmer again, almost glowing. The warmth spreads upward into the throat, relaxing the muscles there, loosening the tiny knots made from words you never spoke but held anyway. It travels downward into the stomach, easing the tension tied to worry or regret. The warmth reaches the back of the heart, where the deepest quiet lives. You inhale, and the heart grows bright. You exhale, and the heart grows wide. The breath becomes a slow wave moving through you, untying threads, loosening layers, clearing the emotional dust that has settled over time. There is no need to analyze anything. The healing is happening on its own. All you need to do is notice how the heart feels softer, how the breath feels deeper, how the night feels safer. Rain continues to fall in its gentle, cleansing pattern, a pattern that seems written just for you, a pattern that knows your heart better than any word could. Let the breath cradle your emotions. Let the rain soothe your memory. Let the heart continue opening by fractions so small only the night can see them. You are drifting deeper now, carried by the rhythm of falling water. Soon, the heart will begin to release even more softly. But for now, stay here. Stay with this breath. Stay with this gentle ache, turning to warmth. The warmth in your chest continues to spread, moving like dawn across a quiet landscape. It travels outward in slow spirals, touching places inside you that have been waiting for attention, waiting for softness. With each breath, it reaches deeper, filling the spaces that once felt cold or forgotten. You can feel something inside you beginning to thaw, slowly, gently, like frost dissolving under the first light of morning. The rain outside changes again, becoming fuller, rounder, as if every drop carries a small echo of memory. Not the sharp kind, not the kind that pulls you back into old stories, but the softened traces of times when warmth reached you unexpectedly, times when comfort found you in small ways, times when your heart knew how to receive without question. These memories don't arrive as pictures at first. A quiet smile somewhere in the dark, the feeling of being held, even if there were no arms, the gentleness of being understood without words. You don't need to name them, just let them surface. Let them drift through the chest as lightly as the breath itself. The warmth behind your sternum grows brighter with each inhale. On the exhale, it expands outward into the ribs, spreading into the collarbones and the soft hollow between them. It begins to feel like an inner sunrise, a glow rising slowly from within. This light doesn't push, it welcomes. It doesn't chase anything away. It invites what needs to be seen. As the heart space continues opening, a memory emerges, not sharply, but like a distant lantern appearing through fog. You don't see it clearly at first. You feel it. A moment in your life when you felt safe, even if just for a breath. A moment when warmth touched the inside of your chest in exactly the same way it does right now. The rain taps gently, matching the rhythm of this memory. A soft reminder, a soft return. Let the memory approach without trying to hold it. The heart is opening like a door left unlatched. And through this opening, warmth enters not from outside, but from within your own recollection of being cared for, or seen, or simply allowed to rest. Perhaps it was a voice you once trusted. Perhaps it was the quiet presence of someone who didn't need anything from you. Or perhaps it is not a memory of a person at all. Maybe it's the memory of a place, a moment in time, a breath you once took that felt like peace. Whatever it is, it rises now like gentle heat, filling the chest from behind. The warmth turns the ache into softness, the heaviness into spaciousness. You are not reliving anything, you are receiving the comfort that memory always carried. Now imagine that this warmth begins to take shape. Not a face, not a figure, but a feeling that glows softly in front of you, like a small orb of light suspended in the dark. It pulses gently in the same rhythm as your breath. When you inhale, it floats closer. When you exhale, it settles deeper into your chest. You don't need to reach for it. It is already part of you. It always was. The chest expands again, deeper this time. The ribs widen, the upper back softens, the spine lengthens slightly, as if making space for something long awaited. The breath flowing through you now carries not only air, but memory. Memory of warmth, memory of comfort, memory of belonging. You let the next breath draw that warmth in fully. Inhale softly, allowing it to sink behind the heart. Hold it for the smallest moment. Exhale slowly, letting it spread like warm rain flowing downward through your body. The warmth travels through your stomach, loosening knots you've carried unconsciously. It moves into your hips, dissolving stiffness. It washes down to your feet, grounding you gently. The rain outside grows steadier, as though echoing your internal unfolding. Each drop carries a small note of familiarity, as if it has heard your memories and is responding with its own. You begin to sense that the rain is not just falling, it is remembering, too. As the warmth continues to move through you, more memories begin to rise. They come as flashes of light behind the eyelids. A soft laugh, a quiet room, a gentle hand brushing your hair, a warm blanket at the right moment, a moment of being forgiven, a moment of forgiving yourself. These memories do not cling. They pass through the heart like birds gliding over a lake, here for a moment, touching the surface, then leaving ripples of peace behind. The ripples spread through your entire being, loosening the deepest layers of emotional tightness. Your breath deepens again. Inhale, warmth rises. Exhale, warmth falls. The heart grows softer, softer still, until it feels like a sanctuary inside you. A room lit by candles that will never burn out. Imagine now that you gently step into that room. The air is warm. The walls are lined with soft light, flickering slowly with your breath. You walk deeper into the room, and at its center is a small pool of water, still clear, glowing faintly. This pool is your memory of warmth, collected over all the years of your life. Every kind word, every gentle moment, every breath of safety you ever felt is gathered here, shimmering softly. You kneel beside it, not in reverence, but in recognition. This is your inner reservoir of comfort, always present, even when you forgot how to access it. The rain softens again, becoming almost like a whisper of breath. Drops fall and ripple the pool. Each ripple carries light outward, spreading across the room, across your chest, across every memory you touched tonight. The ripples soften them, bless them, release them. Your heart feels full now, not heavy, but full, the way the sky feels full before dawn, with promise, with softness, with a glow waiting to rise. You close your eyes inside this inner room. You breathe once more into the heart. Inhale warmth, exhale release. The memory of warmth stays, but the pain attached to it loosens, floats upward, dissolves. You are lighter than before, warmer than before, more open than before. The rain remembers this version of you, and it falls softly to honor it. Stay with this warmth a little longer. Let it hold you. Let it whisper to you. Let it guide you deeper, where release becomes possible, where the heart becomes water, where the next part of healing can begin. The warmth inside your chest continues to shift, gathering into something fuller, rounder, more alive. It pulses beneath the ribs, each pulse spreading outward like soft rings expanding across a lake at dusk. The breath carries these rings gently, letting them travel through your entire body. They move with a kind of grace that feels instinctive, as though your heart has been waiting for this exact moment to open further. Outside, the rain thickens again, not loud, but steady, forming a curtain of sound that wraps the room in silver threads. Each drop seems to land closer than before, as if falling directly onto the surface of your emotions. You can feel it brushing against something deeper, now touching old layers you once kept quiet because you didn't know what else to do with them. The rain listens, the rain understands. The breath moves slower. Inhale soft and delicate. Exhale warm and heavy. With each cycle, the heart softens another degree. Somewhere inside your chest, something shifts. A tightness loosens. A memory rises. Not sharply, not painfully, more like a bubble rising from deep water, drifting upward until it reaches the surface and releases into the air. You don't need to know what that memory is. You don't need to see it clearly. Your body knows what's being released even when your mind does not. The air in the room grows thicker, warmer. It feels like the space around you is leaning closer, forming a cocoon around the body. A cocoon where nothing is judged, nothing is questioned, nothing is rushed. Everything is allowed. Your heart begins to feel heavier, not with pain, but with fullness, as though you're holding something long unspoken, long unfelt, long stored. It presses gently against the inside of your chest, asking to be acknowledged. Not to overwhelm you, but to be seen. Let it be seen. Let the breath touch it. Let the rain hold it. The inhale brushes against the warm fullness behind the ribs. The exhale softens its edges. This part of you doesn't need to be felt. Imagine the rainlight, soft reflections of falling drops shimmering inside your chest. These reflections gather around the warm, full feeling there. The rainlight doesn't push or pry. It simply illuminates, showing you the shape of your own emotion, the way moonlight reveals the shape of water. The warmth grows stronger, and with it comes a sensation like the heart expanding from the inside out. It feels tender, vulnerable, and real. You might feel the beginning of a tear forming somewhere behind your eyes. Not sorrow, not despair, but release. The kind of release that comes when something inside you finally stops carrying its own weight alone. Let that feeling rise. Let it tremble. Let it soften. The breath meets it with kindness. The rain meets it with understanding. You meet it with presence. Now the warmth lifts gently, rising toward the throat. You feel a small tightening there, a holding, a pause, a hesitation. The throat is where unspoken emotions linger, where tears wait when they're not ready to fall. The rain touches that space too, as if its sound were brushing against your neck, telling it it's okay. You can let go now. Inhale deeply into the throat space. Hold for a moment. Exhale, letting the warmth dissolve that tightness. You may feel emotion begin to move. A trembling in the chest, a quiver in the breath, a soft ache rising behind the eyes. Let all of it come. Nothing here is too much. Nothing here is wrong. You are simply allowing what has waited too long. The rain grows fuller, heavier for a few seconds, almost as if the sky itself is releasing something with you. Then it softens again, returning to its gentle rhythm. The timing feels intimate, synchronized with your internal shifts. Now imagine the heart opening like two soft doors, slowly, without force. Behind those doors is a light, not sharp, not bright, just warm. A warm glow that feels like relief itself. The light spills outward, filling the heart, then the chest, then the entire body. Anywhere the light touches, old tension melts. You feel the weight in your stomach drop. You feel the tightness in your shoulders dissolve. You feel the heaviness in your spine loosen. Your arms grow warm. Your face softens. Your whole body feels like it is exhaling. A wave moves upward from your chest to your face. It's gentle. You might feel moisture at the corner of your eyes. Not sadness, but release. If tears come, let them dot. If they don't, the release still happens. Your body knows exactly how to let go, in its own way, in its own time. The rain light glows brighter behind your closed eyes now. It flickers softly, like someone lighting a candle in the center of your being. That candle doesn't burn, it warms, it steadies, it heals. Feel that warmth traveling through old memories, dissolving hardness, soothing cracks, filling empty spaces with comfort. Each breath helps it spread. Each raindrop helps it cleanse. You might feel the sense of something finally loosening, a deep-held emotion rising from the bottom of the heart, drifting up through the chest, then dissolving in the exhale. A lifetime passes in that moment, and yet it feels effortless. Your heart feels lighter now, not because the rain took something away, but because it helped you release what you no longer needed to carry. Let the breath settle again, smooth and slow. Let the body rest deeper into the bed. Let the rain drape its sound around you like a soft blanket. Everything inside you is quieter now, softer, warmer, more open. You are resting not just in the night, but in your own emotional truth, and it is gentle. It is safe. It is healing you even now. Stay here. Let the breath move. Let the heart expand. Let the rain cleanse you. The release has begun. The comfort will follow. The heart has settled into a softer rhythm now, a rhythm shaped by release rather than tension. The rain outside has thinned into a delicate mist, as if the sky itself has exhaled after a long-held breath. In that softened quiet, the space inside your chest begins to widen again, shifting from release into renewal. The warmth that filled your heart earlier still lingers, but now it changes texture. It becomes smoother, gentler, as though woven from threads of calm light. With every breath, it moves through you in currents, filling the places within that had been emptied by release. Nothing feels hollow. everything feels ready. There is something new rising inside you, now something that feels like clarity. It appears first as a small glow behind the ribs, then expands in slow circles until it fills the entire chest. This glow holds the memory with what you released without pain. It contains the lessons, the softness, the truth. Everything else has been washed away by the rain. Your breath deepens as the chest opens further. Inhale, clarity grows brighter. Exhale, tension leaves the body in soft waves. Within this clarity, the heart begins to stir with another feeling, one that comes quietly, one that rises only when the emotional storm has passed. That feeling is forgiveness. Not forced forgiveness, not hurried forgiveness, but the natural kind that emerges when the body is safe, the breath is soft, and the heart is open enough to see clearly again. Forgiveness does not rush. Forgiveness does not demand. Forgiveness arrives the way dawn does, slowly, gradually, in gentle layers of light. Imagine now that this light begins to gather in the center of your chest. It draws itself into a small sphere, warm, steady, and alive. The sphere pulses softly with each breath, expanding when you inhale, glowing when you exhale. It carries no judgment, no expectation, only understanding. This light holds every part of you that has ever felt regret or guilt or self-blame. It holds the versions of you who were trying their best with what they had. It holds the moments where you faltered, the moments where you were overwhelmed, the moments where you simply didn't know how to carry everything you were holding. Let the breath move into this light. Let it fill with compassion. Let it remember your humanity. The rain outside forms a soft shimmer, as though echoing the rhythm inside you. And as you listen, something deep within the chest responds not in words, but in a small loosening, a softening. You feel it as a tender ache at first, then as warmth, then as release. Forgiveness begins with you, with the heart recognizing its own exhaustion, with the breath soothing the places where you once held too tightly, with the rain washing through the memories you've carried. Let the warmth expand, reaching the edges of your chest. Let it pour over your shoulders, down your arms, through your hands. Let it travel down your spine, loosening places that once held fear. Let it settle into your stomach, softening knots of old worry. Let it move into your hips, your legs, your feet, until your whole body feels like it is being bathed in light. Forgiveness is not a moment. Forgiveness is a movement, a slow shift in the heart toward softness, a quiet acceptance of everything you've lived, a gentle acknowledgement that you are human, that you are trying, that you deserve peace. Now imagine turning that same light outward, not toward anyone specific, not toward a story, but toward the world itself. A world that has touched you in both gentle and difficult ways. A world that has shaped you, challenged you, moved you. A world that has sometimes hurt you, but has also given you countless small moments of beauty. Let the light in your heart expand outward, filling the space around you. Imagine it traveling through the air like warm mist, dissolving bitterness, easing old wounds, softening rough edges of memory. You don't need to force forgiveness toward anyone. You only need to allow the possibility of release, a willingness to let the heart rest, a willingness to let the rain carry what no longer belongs to you. The rain falls a little softer now, almost like a hum, a rhythm that supports you as you release more deeply. You can feel forgiveness settling into the breath itself. Inhale, acceptance. Exhale, release. Inhale, softness. Exhale, letting go. With each breath, your chest feels lighter. With each exhale, weight dissolves. You are becoming more spacious inside, able to hold more light, more ease, more grace. Your heart begins to shine with a renewed glow, as though washed clean by the storm. This glow settles into a gentle steadiness, not bright, not overwhelming, just warm, like the memory of a hand that once held yours. Forgiveness has opened a new space within you, a quiet room filled with stillness and light. Stay inside that room. Let its walls cradle you. Let its warmth comfort you. Let its peace seep into every part of you that once felt burdened. The rain outside continues its soft song, singing of renewal, singing of beginning again, singing of the heart made whole. Rest here, let the light settle, let the forgiveness take root, let the heart expand until it matches the vastness of the night. Your healing has already begun. Your renewal is unfolding breath by breath. The light in your chest begins to gather, becoming more defined, more present than before. It no longer feels like a flicker or a passing warmth. It feels steady, almost alive, something that has awakened fully after being silent for so long. You can sense its shape now, round and soft, expanding with each inhale and settling deeper with each exhale. The rain outside continues its gentle rhythm, forming a soundscape that wraps around you like a second heartbeat. Each drop carries a faint shimmer, as though falling through the night with bits of silver light inside it. That shimmer echoes the glow rising inside your heart. Two lights, one outside, one within, responding to each other through sound and breath. The heart feels different now, lighter, freer, more open. It no longer holds the tightness it once carried. It no longer sinks with the weight of unspoken emotions. Instead, it rises subtly at first, then more noticeably, as if being lifted by invisible hands made of warmth. The sensation is gentle, as though your entire chest is being buoyed upward by soft currents of light. Let the breath draw into that rising heart. Let the inhale expand it even further. Slowly, the light begins to spill outward. It moves into the ribs as warm currents, creating a sense of spaciousness you may not have felt in years. Spaces where tension once lived now open like windows, letting fresh air pass freely. Spaces that were once dim now glow softly, filling your entire upper body with quiet illumination. This light is not perfect or uniform. It flickers, it pulses, it breathes with you. But every flicker feels like truth. Every pulse feels like healing. Every breath feels like renewal. The glow moves into your shoulders, melting the last remnants of weight still lingering there. You feel the muscles relax, loosening slowly, as if being stroked gently by warm hands. The glow slides down your arms, through your elbows, into your wrists, and into your palms, until even your fingers feel infused with light. Your body becomes heavier in the most comforting way, like settling deeper into the surface beneath you. The heaviness is grounding, anchoring you into the moment. At the same time, something inside you becomes lighter, rising upward like a lantern floating into the sky. Now, the glow extends upward into your throat, soothing the space where unspoken feelings once rested. It softens the voice within you, not silencing it, but calming it, teaching it to speak with gentleness, with truth, with warmth. The glow continues upward into your jaw, releasing tiny tensions. Then into your cheeks, your temples, your forehead. Your entire face softens. The muscles loosen. Even the space behind your eyes warms, as though bathed in soft candlelight. In the darkness behind your closed eyelids, you begin to see gentle flashes of gold tiny sparks drifting like floating embers. They come and go, appearing briefly before fading into the dark. Each spark feels like a piece of your own light returning to you. Pieces you once lost or forgot or pushed away. Now they return, not as memories, but as warmth. The rain outside shifts again, this time becoming deeper, more resonant. The drops seem to fall in slow motion, forming a continuous stream of sound that blends seamlessly with your breath. It's as if the night itself is breathing with you, inhaling when you inhale, exhaling when you exhale. Your heart glows brighter in response. The light within it becomes warm liquid, flowing through you like gentle fire. It spreads downward now past the ribs, past the stomach, into the hips. Everywhere it touches, muscles soften, tension loosens, layers unwind. The warmth collects in the lower belly, radiating outward in slow waves that soothe the deepest parts of your nervous system. You feel safe here. You feel whole here. You feel present in a way that doesn't require effort. Let the glow continue to flow. Let it move freely. Let it find its way through every part of you that still needs softening. Your legs grow warmer, heavier, sinking deeper into rest. The light flows down through your thighs, into your knees, along your shins, and into your feet until every part of you is held in the same warm radiance. Your entire body is glowing now, not brightly, not intensely, just softly, the way a lantern glows in the dark when watched from a distance. This glow is your heart's true weight, not heaviness, but presence, not burden, but life, not tension, but light. Take a slow breath. Feel how easily the light expands with the inhale. Feel how naturally it settles with the exhale. You are breathing light. You are holding light. You are becoming light inside the heart. The glow becomes something like a sanctuary, a place you can step into whenever the world feels too loud, too heavy, too fast. A quiet room made of warmth, made of softness, made of the parts of you that have survived everything you've lived through. This room will stay. This light will stay. This calm will stay. Your heart is no longer a place of ache or pressure. It is a chamber of warmth, a vessel of light, a source of quiet strength. The rain continues to echo this transformation. It falls with a different tone, now rounder, softer, as though celebrating the glow inside you. Even the darkness outside feels lighter, illuminated from within by the glow radiating from your heart. You are resting inside your own light. You are breathing inside your own healing. Allow the glow to brighten once more, not to overwhelm, but to guide you deeper. Let it illuminate the path toward the place where sleep will come easily, naturally, beautifully. Stay with this glow. Let it hold you. Let it steady you. Let it prepare you for the quiet peace waiting ahead. And that light will carry you into the deepest calm. The rain softens once more, becoming a fine hush that drifts through the room like a whisper of night itself. The sound feels far away now, as though the world is gently stepping back to give you space to rest. Everything inside you has slowed. Every breath moves in long, effortless waves. The glow in your chest has settled into a steady warmth, the kind that doesn't rise or fade, it simply remains. The heart feels open, quiet, spacious, not in the way of emptiness, but in the way of peace. The storm inside has passed, leaving behind a calm so deep it feels like an ocean resting beneath moonlight. Your breath floats across that ocean, small ripples spreading outward, disappearing into infinite stillness. Each inhale comes as soft as night air brushing against your skin. Each exhale leaves the body like a feather drifting downward. The glow from the heart travels outward once again, but this time it moves differently. It doesn't rush. It doesn't reach. It simply fills the ribcage like warm mist, fills the arms like soft currents of light, fills the legs like heavy, comforting weight, fills the mind with quiet. Every part of you becomes still, not frozen, not tense, but deeply, effortlessly at rest. You can feel yourself sinking now, slowly, as though your entire being is drifting downward through warm water. The body grows heavier, but the heart grows lighter, floating high inside your chest like a small lantern glowing from within. The rain's rhythm fades into the background. It becomes less like falling water and more like a memory of rain, something your mind carries gently as you drift deeper. You no longer need to listen for it. You simply feel it soft, distant, constant. Your breathing synchronizes with that distant rain. A slow rise, a slow fall, a slow return to stillness. Thoughts no longer form clearly. They stretch, thin out, fade, before they reach the front of your mind. You exist now in the half space between wakefulness and sleep, where the body feels weightless and the heart feels whole. Inside your chest, the glow dims, not disappearing, but softening into an ember, warm and quiet. That ember becomes the center of your rest, the point from which sleep will bloom. It holds everything you've released tonight, everything you've forgiven, everything you've softened. Let the ember settle deeper. Let the body sink further. Let the mind dissolve gently like mist in morning light. The heart continues its slow rhythm. The breath continues its gentle flow. You are safe inside this darkness. You are protected inside this warmth. You are held inside this moment where nothing is expected of you and nothing is required. Imagine the body now wrapped in a cocoon of soft night air, a cocoon that shields you from thought, a cocoon that carries you downward, a cocoon that hums with the memory of rain. Feel how the muscles loosen even further. Feel how the spine melts into the surface beneath you. Feel how the jaw drops slightly, how the eyelids become heavier than they've been all night. The world becomes farther. The body becomes deeper. The mind becomes quieter. You are entering the space where sleep begins. Not suddenly, not sharply, but like a slow tide rising around you. A tide that carries you into warmth. A tide that carries you into softness. A tide that carries you into dreams. Allow the last bits of wakefulness to fall away, piece by piece. A thought dissolves. A feeling drifts. A sound melts into the background until only breath remains, only warmth remains, only rain remains. You are ready now, ready to rest, ready to drift, ready to sleep. And before you fully sink beneath this calm, if this journey has softened even a small corner of your heart tonight, let that softness ripple quietly outward, maybe as a silent thanks. A single calm breath or a tiny spark of gratitude shared with the world. Even the smallest gesture carries light. Even the quietest whisper can guide someone else into peace. Rest now. Let the night carry you. Let the rain protect you. Let sleep come naturally, gently, beautifully. The storm is gone. The heart is light. The night is yours.